Alright, I'm playing more Backhander against Deli. I put random in. What am I doing? Oh no. Oh no. I suck. Alright, we're gonna quick play this. Sorry about this. My bad. Oh jeez. Alright, well. This gives us time to talk about our intended hand for Deli. Um, we're gonna take this back, right? Sure, well enough. We're gonna be using. We're just gonna be giving him the worst cards we can find. Given that we've survived the closed each time and not been able to convert the open, we're just gonna keep trying to make the open easier. The other strategy would be, try to actually win the closed, but we're gonna just make it worse and worse. Shame I put the rule setup wrong, but yeah, what you gonna do? First game in a little while. Don't think I've played any of the games this month, in this new month of August, now a week in. Obviously this will come out, some other month, but I've been a lot slower recording videos, so I might start spacing them out, because I've been doing a 2-day thing, because I've, been producing content that can support a 2-day rate, and usually I have about a month of videos lined up in advance. And that number is dwindling, maybe usually more than a month, but that number is dropping. But on the other hand, I really should give Clan League some coverage, and I failed to. And TTAC is coming up, and it would be nice to cover that. So I would like to get some TTAC coverage in, probably of the format, and maybe those videos will come out before this one. But oh well, we can't always say stuff that is timely. But I think for that, what I'll try to do is just if I see TTAC games happening, I'll be like, oh, time to record, and we'll catch little batches of them and see how it goes. You got a pretty good hand here. Obviously on an all-level random, going, I guess that first card's probably a level 2. Chocobo thing's a level 5, I think? Maybe a level 6. Probably a level 6. Yeah, 6764s must be level 6. 2477 is 5, 4675 is 5, and then a level 10. So 2, 5, 5, 6, 10. Actually, that's pretty average. I thought this was an above average hand. The cards looked good to me. But I guess it's kind of that like 2477 is a good level 5, so it made me feel more powerful. What else is going on? Clan League is almost over. It is unclear at the moment in time that I'm recording this what the rules for Clan League will be. Meaning, will the team with the best combined record win? Now, depending on how you count best record, that could... gross. 2 was the square I didn't want to have to recapture in. I guess we'll probably go for some kind of... Also, that suggests he has kind of high-level cards. Not what we love seeing. I guess we'll stick with the quick plays. Which card do I want to keep? I think I would keep the 2477. Nah. Anyways, we're not spending a ton of effort on this one. I just stick the first card that was across from it that I could take back both ways comfortably. And it set up a plus, but I guess all the other cards worked for the same thing. Whatever. So, Clan League, there's an open question of, will it be best cumulative record, which will likely be Brotherhood of Seed the way it is counted, because I think Dalamar tends to count either most wins as a tiebreak, or most wins as a, as just counting, like a win and a loss counting effectively as more than 2 ties. Which is, also, soccer does that system with the 3-1-0. Notably, games like chess tend not to, but do have it as a tiebreaker. I've always kind of been of the belief that, and this certainly favors the clan I'm part of, but winning 2, losing 0, and tying the rest is better than winning 3, losing 1, and tying the rest. And my play arguably comes from that kind of belief. Notably, they probably have a combo here in 8, given that they played 7 after I played 5, and that combo from 8 hits my card in 4. So maybe I should have used 4, 6, 7, 5, because I'm not actually ever going to be comboing that back. So that might have been a mistake. But again, we're not worried too much about it, given that he already used a fairly high-level card. Now, he did use it so he could slide next to 5, and again, we think he has that combo in 8. But if he was using it simply because his hand is pretty high level, maybe 4, 6, 7, 5 can pick something off in the end, right? If it lands in 1 and they've played something in 2, it can combo 8s and 9s, and, maybe there's hope. But I think I'm probably going to lose this game. Because if he starts in 1 or 2, it's just pretty horrible for me setting up his combo in 8. Right? He just combos back everything if I have to put Selfie in 2. But Selfie's not great in 9 either. I just don't have a card for 9. So we're probably going to lose this game in a pretty bad fashion. If he goes 1, can't really go 8. Yeah, kind of just got to go 2 and hope I luck the combo at the end. Meaning exactly a 6. That's pretty bad. Bad Z. Not a well-played game here. But what can you do? You could put up the right rule set. I admit this now. Yeah, so TTAC is happening. Fun bracket for TTAC. I also have Delial in round 1 there. So we're drawing Delial in round 1 a bunch. Hope to crush him, of course. TTAC, always a weird tournament. I've been talking about this a bunch, but I don't think in videos. I think handmaking is an underappreciated closed skill that is different than normal handmaking. And if you look... Well, one, Broccoli's duo wins. Broccoli is the only player to ever win 2 TTACs. Alright, that is not what we want to see. Yeah, that's just about the worst thing we could see. So I guess we're going to play Selfie in 2. They're going to have something big for 8, and we're going to hope we plus it, and we're almost certainly going to lose 7-3. That seems not ideal. Do we have anything fun to do? I don't think so. So, yeah, we'll do what we can. And we'll say, well, this went badly. Unless you play something I can combo, in which case it went well. But this looks like a pretty horrid loss here. Anyhow, yeah, so TTAC, I think, for instance, I think one thing I should take note of with Deli is for the first round of the Backhander, our first game before we went to using low-level cards, he used a hand with 3, 6, 7, 4 and 7, 3, 4, 6. And then he also used 3A, 9, 4 and 9, 4, 3A. He used 2 pairs in his hands. And, well, I am the luckiest there ever was. I said I can plus 1 number, and we got that 1 number. Well, that was complete steamy nonsense. What are you going to do? Closed is what it is. So this time we're going to remember not to pick random. All levels, all decks. Yeah, that was one of the worst closed games I've ever won, to be honest. Just completely crushed. Yeah, had 1 number I could take. Alright, now that we hopefully have thoroughly tilted him with that embarrassing display, I should pretend I checked every card that could plus a 5 and a 2, and actually a disproportionate number of them at 6. No, obviously not. All right. So we're gonna pick some unfamiliar cards. We are gonna try to pick the worst of the worst. So yeah, buddy, you're getting a 2/1/2/2. Haven't picked that before. What a garbage card. What a garbage card. If we get anything more of that caliber, that's really the it's what we're looking for out of a card. Is a card that hideously unplayable. These level 1s are too powerful for me. Maybe I'll come back to the 2/3/1/3. But some of these cards have uses. They could take something. Can't be having cards that can take something. I don't think I've used the 2/3/1/3 before. I don't think I've used the 1/5/1/1. So those two cards popped out at me. Where's the 2/3/1/3? There you are. As notably garbage cards. Now let's make sure we continue having nothing down or up. So let's make all side-to-side cards. So this 2/6/1/2 probably a little stronger than I want to do. 1/4/2/4. I think he used that. 3/5/1/3. That seems familiar. Trying to use cards that don't seem familiar. 1/5/2/3 maybe. Could play with the element. This 3/3/2/2 and the 2/2/3/3 combo. Big combo. Might be too good. Might be too good. I feel like we used the 1/1/1/6s. Really should have checked. 1/4/2/3. That seems bad. And to close out this beautiful, beautiful hand. 1/3/1/5? Yeah. Let's do that. That looks stupid. Alright. Best of luck. And I will ready to post the game. I think we got second turn every game it closed. My first instinct on that was not ideal. But my second instinct was my cards are so bad at taking things that they might not have a good last capture. Interestingly, my 1/4/2/3 can land in 2. Big brain. Big brain. Oh, I should screenshot the hand, but I post on a different thing. I don't have the Discord on this, so it would take a lot of moving around. So I guess they'll have to trust me. I really should though, so I'll move it around. I will Facebook message it to myself, and then it will be on Facebook, and then I can move it from there to Discord. I am so tech savvy. Definitely the most efficient way to move this from one computer to another. No, I do not want to install the Messenger app. Messaging, where's me? There's me. There's the picture I took, send it to myself. Must be such exciting stuff to watch. Alright, we have that. What did I just press? I don't know. Let's get back to the game. So, per usual, I think closed strategy, the main goal is create lots of synergy the first few turns, and then make some correct calls. Other people think the goal is to deny synergy, and so one thing, for instance, against a center starter, for instance, I like to play corners because that can create maximal synergy. But if I don't have a way to create synergy, which is quite possible with this train wreck of a hand, I may go in a touching side. Because if I can make it so things don't combo further, I can try to, lose this game 4-6, keep minimal damage, keep extra combos from being too severe. Not that the goal of playing like a matching side is to lose, but it's going to limit... Sorry, I have the fan on. I can turn that off. Maybe the sound quality is better now. Sorry about that. But I can... Yeah, I'm off my recording game. But I can hopefully try to... minimize damage. My stated goal here is to tie the match until Delial only has high-level cards left he can throw at his opponents, and then lose so Delial's screwed in later rounds. Of course, this is not my actual goal. My actual goal is to win. But a backup goal is to torment Deli, who I'm going to be playing way too many games against, given TTAC as well. And, ties don't count there, so we could just be going on and on. I kind of hope we play the closed stuff first. Just get it out of the way. Yeah, closed hand building. Alright. Blobra. That sure is a card. It is a card we can get synergy against, though. For instance, 1-3-1-5 in 9 gives us sames in both 8 and 6 that cannot be comboed back. Kind of appealing. I'm not seeing similar synergies elsewhere. I don't know if I've talked about this, but my standard way to just look for synergies quickly is to see what can I match on the card, right? That 5 to the left I can match with a 5 to the right. And then I'll need a 1 up or down. I have some ways to create that, but if I go in 1 or 7, I'm committed to a 1 up or down. So for instance, 1, 4, 2, 3, and 7, but I don't have a way to hit the 4. Or 1, 3, 1, 5, and 7. I do have a way to hit the 3, so I could do that. But I also generally start looking towards higher numbers first. And higher numbers means connecting on lower numbers, because my cards have mostly low numbers with the occasional high. If I match the high number, then I'm likely to have low number stuff facing out, and I kind of like high number stuff facing out, so that it can be stuff that's potentially difficult for him to take. So instead, I first look, can I match with the 1 at the bottom? And I can with 3 different cards. I can do it if I have a 1 to the right or a 5 to the left, my 1-5-1-1. 5 to the left, a lot more appealing. I can do it with a 3 to the right or a 4 to the left. That 2 facing up from the 2-3-1-3, though, doesn't set me up in 7, so not that card. And the last card, I can do a 3 to the left or a 5 to the right. If I do the 5 to the right in 7, I don't set anything up for me. So I could do the 3 to the left. So I could go 1-4-2-3 in 9 or 1-3-1-5 in 9. Those seem to me the standard moves. And I think I want to use the 1-3-1-5 because I have hopes and dreams for the 1-2-3 landing in 2. Now he may well occupy it next turn, and then we have whole new problems. One benefit of going in 6 is we could guarantee the game is kind of side to side, and we do better like that, and we could match in 6. But I really prefer synergy plays. And if they go in 2, which makes the game up down, which is bad for me, they also necessarily leave open 4. And 4 has this 5 facing towards it that makes it likely combos can run through there. So if, for instance, they go in 2, maybe I can just drop something in 1. 2-1-2-2. And it's actually probably pretty hard for them to take the 2 while being safe to the 5. And I have a lot of combo potential there. And have decent chances, I think. Could also play the 1-4-2-3 in 1. That might be the better way to do it. Anyway, my thought is start by creating synergy. I think there's a case for 6. I think there's some case for 4, but I think there's more case for 6. I think I want that 5 facing out. Facing something that it, threatens, making it a little harder for him to play around. I think a sideways game would be good, but it's also very possible he has picked a hand that wants sideways as well. So, unclear what I can do with that. Yeah. What else is going on? Yeah, so thinking about hand making, the fact that Deli used the double pairs might be a sign that he will build hands for the closed that will be predictable. If I see clearly paired cards, I should think there is a higher chance, or cards that are standardly in pairs, Squall Cipher, right? Something like that. I should think there is a high chance he not just has something for the opposite corner, which you can normally predict, but that you can predict the exact numbers and be aware of which numbers to allow to combo. I might be overreading into that. I think that is something you should do in these tournaments against some players, and you should not think too much about against others, because sometimes you'll just get yourself into problems. But I think if there's... I won a TTAC match with Great Sephiroth. I think it was the title match after TTAC 8, based on winning a closed game. I was second turn. There were 4 moves left. We were in a Z formation, cards in 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9. And the first 3 cards he had played in both previous ties. We had tied 2 games. And in each of those games, he had it was an open close, by the way. So we had tied an open game, and he'd used one hand. Or we had tied a closed game, he had first turn, I think, and he'd used one hand. We had tied an open game where he used a similar card, but he switched one of the cards at the end, a similar hand. And my decision came down to which hand do I think he's using, right? Because I had seen 2 hands, and it looked like he was probably either staying with the second one or going back to the first that were very similar. The cards looked so similar that I expected the last card to be something I had seen before, but I didn't know which. And to try to figure out which, and I've talked about this before, but that's because it's the only time I've ever done something super clever and closed, is I replayed the game to that point in my head, thinking, if he has this card from the first game or this card from the second game, which makes more sense for him to have played the way he has? And I concluded that I thought he had the card from the first game, and I played a move that was quite risky, and I forget if it was tying or losing if he had the second card. I think it was tying. I think I was not as risky as I might sometimes pretend, but was winning if he had the card from the first game, and he did. I was right on the call, and I was pretty pleased with that. So I do think TTAC is an interesting format, because masking hands or having hands where your remaining cards are clear, I think is a really useful skill. And again, I think Broccoli was really good at this, where she would build these hands with synergy that didn't have these obvious pairings, right? There's a hand with like Echo and Cloud, right? And those seem like, sure, part of them fits, but part of them really doesn't. But if the rest of the cards help make them fit better, they actually ended up lining quite well. Lining up. Okay. So he has matched in 4. He is minimizing combo risk. Now, it is also very hard for me, I think, to go in 7 now, because if he goes in 8, I'm never comboing stuff down there. I kind of want to leave 6 open. There is some argument for going 2, 1, 2, 2, and 6, given that I have 8. There is some argument for that. But I think... the thing is... and I probably have a good play in 2 at the end there. That probably sets up 1, 4, 2, 3 pretty well. Maybe that's just the play. Maybe I should go 6. I was thinking leave 6 open because I have play there. I can take anything that goes in 8 because he won't have a number higher than a 6. I can plus wall a 6. And I don't think Deli goes in 8 much in these positions. I think he goes in 1 or 3. And if I go 2, 1, 2, 2, and 6, and he goes in 3, I combo back in 8. And if he goes in 7, then I just have to hope he can't plus 1, 4, 2, 3. But he's shown no repeating numbers on his cards right now. And that's a sign that he might have an army of 5, 3, 2, 1s. Again, I do think against a player like Deli, you want to draw some conclusions from the cards you've seen. So 6 is really tempting to me. I could also go in 1. There's a very good chance 1, 5, 1, 1 is just safe in 1. But I also still want it in my hand. There's a chance 1, 4, 2, 3 is safe in 1. But I think it's significantly lower. Oh, 6 appeals to me now. 6 appeals. I have no down, so actually if they do go 8, it might be just horrible for me. But 1, 4, 2, 3 in a lot of spots will count as sufficient down. Because usually I'll end up playing in the sides and he'll end up playing in the corners in response on second turn. I'm thinking 6, and I think it's scary for him to go in 3 because he doesn't know if he's walking into some kind of combo. And if I go 6 and he goes 1, then maybe I can slide in 2, ready to combo back in 8. So I think I'm going to go 6. I normally would play in 1 to leave more of my combo squares open. And maybe that's correct, but I just... something's telling me 6. But I think it was between 6 and 1. Like, I think going in... maybe there was a case for 7. But 7 kind of gives him 4 forever if I do like 1, 5, 1, 1, and 7. The only way to take it, 2, 3, 1, 3, gives up 6 for me. I can't slide in 8, and I don't like sliding in 8 in general, even if I could. 3 just kind of gives him a square, 2 gives him a square. Like, I think in general, in these positions, people decide between 1, 6, 7, and 8. And I like 8 a lot less than most people do. So I'm normally deciding 1, 6, or 7. And here 8 didn't make sense. And I didn't think 7 made sense here, so it was between 1 and 6. And 1 was probably better. But I don't know. I really like the idea of leaving 2 open. I think what this does is it leaves 2 open. And I think I'm going to have really good play in 2. Because I can either play 2, 3, 1, 3 there. And just have... maybe I don't want to slide there if he goes 1. Depends if it can take it. And it probably can't take what's ever in 1. Gotta figure out orders here. But I think I have a very good chance to tie this game. And some winning chances. I think I like my remaining cards. Now, it might be that he is like, you know, a 4, 6, 7, 8. Some people like brought 1 power card as a sweeper. But it's going to be hard for him to have too great a sweeper because I think I'm going to be so reliant on combo potential that something that's just overpowering isn't that scary. What's scary is something that combos me back. But I like this spot. I'm trying to play more 6 moves than I have in the past. I normally go 1. Of the kind of 1, 6, 7, 8 choice, 1 is my preferred. But I've noticed a lot of really good close players go in 6 a lot, and also that I often find it uncomfortable to meet 6. So that is exactly what I think we least wanted to see. I think this is the worst possible thing. Something in 2 that we can't take even though we have the plus. So, okay, we have choices. If we go in 3, we are hoping he cannot take. Because if he can take, we go down 6-4. We almost certainly do not combo back, though there is some chance, right? If he has like a 4-5-1-1, you know, something like that, then it will be scared of 5. But we most likely, they go in 2, and if they can take, we're down 6-4. A 3 is hard to take, especially when he's shown 2 5s to the right. But he has shown side-to-side power. I think that means he probably has up-down power remaining, but it could mean he's gone hard on the side-to-side. I think 3 is a decent idea. If he meets 3 with 7, we've done a good job of keeping 8 open, actually. 8 might not be a good square for him. But I wish we could go 3 and set up a threaten 2. But he doesn't know we don't have a threaten 2, so he probably has to block there. We can go in 2. And if we go in 2 with 2, 3, 1, 3, and he goes in 3, we tie in 8. But my worry is if he starts in 7, we probably lose. We're just trying to figure out the odds of different things happening. I can't start in 8. 8 is my best square. I don't think I can start in 7 either. I could be very lucky there and play like 2, 3, 1, 3, and 7, and it turns out he just is dead in 8. But I don't like making that kind of gamble. So I think I want to go in 2 or 3. And the question is which? It's going to be 2, 3, 1, 3. I guess I could play 1, 4, 2, 3, and 2 and just big gamble. But I think it's 2 or 3. And I think the thing about 3... but the thing about 2 is I don't really have winning chances either. Because if he goes 3, I combo back and I guarantee a tie, but I have literally a 0 facing out, right? And if I go 3 and he goes 2, then I also literally have a 0 facing out. My 1, 5, 1, 1 can never sneak a win there. So really, if I go 3 and he takes it and is safe to 2, I just lose. I think I would rather do the 2 path. I think it's less likely I lose on the spot. So that's my reasoning. Just trying to play a good game of closed. I want you to take a picture. Oh, there you go. Okay. Getting ready to send him the hand. Can't do it too early though. That would be quite a mistake. So I have it ready to press enter, but I shall wisely refrain from pressing enter. I was also thinking maybe the strategy is not to play the moves I think are best here, so that he thinks I play differently in closed than I do. Because I tend to kind of slide around cards in 5 a lot in closed. And I was thinking maybe I should play in a way where I try to find good moves that don't do that. To give him a offbeat impression of my style in closed. But I couldn't bring myself to do it. I think it's hard for him to have a really good card here. Like, if he had 3, 5, 2, 1 and like 1, 1, 4, 5 or something, he could play 1, 1, 4, 5 and 7 and crush me. But he's of course already played 3, 5, 2, 1. If he goes 7, there is the question of what we do, but I don't think it matters much. Like, we'll look at what he played, we'll look at what his hand made sense as, but either way we can only lose 6-4. In either way, it's hard for him to have that much power. Alright, so he just takes. So we're gonna combo back. Probably the right move given his hand. Because 2, 1, 4, 4 is dead in 8, and he needs a card to be good in both squares. We have literally a 0 facing out, and we tie 0, 0, or 5, 5. Because that card cannot fail to be taken. So I close. What was the move order? 5, 9, 4, 6. I think 6 ended up being good. 1, 2, 3, 8, 7. Oh, Cockatrice could not take very much, but it could take a 1, and it could take a 0. I sent that. And I guess we'll play again. Alright, tie in the closed. We've only had ties so far across everything. Ooh, I should leave that a window open with the cards from that game so I know what they were. Ask if 5 minutes is okay. And we'll see what we can do. I really don't need to click the higher levels here because all the cards were low level things. That seemed like you went FF8 tribal now that I'm thinking about it. If we look, that sure looks like all FF8 cards, doesn't it? I could have spotted that sooner because he made a comment about having gone FF6 last time, and this makes it a lot easier to remember which cards you've used and which cards you haven't. So actually, there was some information there if I wanted to find it. I'm gonna, when I play TTAC against him, I'm gonna way overthink it and screw myself doing it. But I'm gonna definitely have a just sheet open of all the available cards. And FF8 level 1s. Well, I'm gonna thank him for making it easy. FF8 tribal. 3521 1541 2126 2315 2144. Does that look right? 3521 1541. Yup. 2126 2351. Yup. And 2144. We're good. Ooh, he had play on the electric too. Oh god. I would like this to be decisive. I would like to win or lose this now. Preferably win. But I don't want to figure out a new hand to throw out. Okay. So we tried to screw him up down. But 2126 and 3 is not safe. 1541 and 1 is safe. But he has a setup with 1511 and 5. I gave him too much power. Ah, my one mistake. Okay, but actually 2144 and 3 is more likely to be safe anyway, because it's hard for him to set up against. 1423 and 5 sets up one way but not the other. 1513 and 5 sets up one way but not the other. One, four, two, three. Yeah. Alright. I think he can't touch this. And I think that makes it a pretty powerful starter. 2144 and 3. And it's hard for him to set up a dangerous L threat. Because, like, my instinct as him would be something like 1511 and 1, which creates a significant enough threat in 2 I have to block, and then it's easy for him to capture back for some kind of L. But I think those L's are kind of tough after I go 1541 and 2. Like, I don't see an easy L path. And I'm gonna have pretty decent cards at the end there if that happens. Like, my 3521 might just be a house. What's going on? Looks like a tough spot, though, for him. Sachi is being very rude to me in chat. People know how I love Elemental. They very rudely bring it up when it is thoroughly uncalled for. I think if he plays something like across the board from me, I just want to engage. I think it's going to be hard enough for him to... My instinct right now, because there's always like, if they go in 7, do you go in 2 or 6, or do you go in like 4 or 8? Do you engage? Obviously, like 5, 1, and 9 are moves as well. Everything's a move. One thing I've noticed is Akiyama really likes to engage. I tend to play near my own stuff. There are some stylistic differences here. But this feels like a hand where I'm going to be able to engage effectively. My one worry is the 1-4-2-3 might eat me in some spots I don't like. For instance, if they play in 7 and I take from 8 and they retake from 4, I would love to be able to take back in 1 with 1-5-4-1 or 3-5-2-1. And as long as he has 1-4-2-3, I cannot. So... I think it's a very tough hand for him to play. I think it's a tough hand for him to play. Now, if we look at this tournament, every other match that does not involve the winner of me and Deli has been played. Aesila advanced over Metis and will face the winner of this. The winner of that will face Yevon, who beat Dalamar and then Vialva. And the winner of that will face Turds, who got a bye in the first round, then beat Tezuka, and then beat Smokes. So, everything is set except our matches. Huh. 3-5-2-1 has a plus and 2. Should have probably just thought about that a little before making a move. Now, I had a huge advantage the first time we got to an open game, and I couldn't convert it. So hopefully I convert it here. In that one, I just couldn't hold the logic of the position very well. I didn't think it through nicely. I also started in 3, actually, coincidentally, in that one. And he went in 9, and I didn't realize he hadn't created a threat in 6. So I blocked 6. But had I realized that, often if there is no threat in 6, and they can't play something with high outpacing in 6, you can go in 2, and they just don't have squares. He didn't have something for 1, he didn't have something for 6. I did miss a win there, which is not to say he did anything wrong that game, because he had a horrid hand. He did really well to tie that game, but I made one imprecise move on move 3, and oh boy did he punish it nicely. Okay, I was like, wait up, that doesn't set up both ways, does it? And no, it does not. It does not set up both ways. His point is, he has me covered in 2. How well covered, though? Because his capture in 2 is almost always 1-5-1-1. And that gives me Cockatrice in 4. And then I can potentially combo back if I was weak to 5. And that's really good if he doesn't have a big setup in 9. Does he have a big setup in 9? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I think this hand sucks for him. I'm not like sure he had anything better. And this is like an Akiyama strat, is go 5, set yourself up one way, when they can't block the way you're setting up. So you'll have a combo square next turn. But here I think I can just block it. Specifically, I think I should put Blobra 2, 3, 1, 5. And then he can take, but I have a combo. And that 2 facing down is actually not takeable by him. I have pretty good sweepers at the end. Yeah, I think Blobra and 2. Just hard for him to make a next move. He might find something, but if he does, we got pressure. We did what we could. You know, maybe we could be more precise, but the thing is, I can't trust my long calculations with Elemental on. They're not there. He has safety in 6. He has safety in 6. We will then have safety in 1. And it's just so hard for me to believe that, like, I have to keep my 1-5-4-1. That might not be the best card to keep, but it's so hard for me to believe that, like, if I get 1, 2, and 3 safe and have, like, side-to-side sweepers, I should be pretty good. But you could easily imagine a position where he goes 6, I go 1, he goes 4 with a 2 down. Oh, if I keep 3, 5, 2, 1, I guess he doesn't have it. I was thinking, if I've used 3, 5, 2, 1 in 1, he goes 4, I have no captures, and if I play like 1, 5, 4, 1, and 7, he can actually go in 9 with the 1, 3, 1, 5, and I have no captures. So there's definitely weird spots where there could be a tie. But I think as long as I have Festa to call in, it should be okay. My theory. I don't know. I had to use up so many low levels this game. Or, like, really bad low levels. I feel like I won't be able to give people terrible enough hands in the later rounds. But maybe I'll just go back to using higher level cards. I'm very afraid of Delial Open. I am somewhat less terrified of other people. Maybe I can afford to give them somewhat better cards in an attempt to snag the closed comfortably and then hold the open. It's not a bad plan. But as seen in these games, like, I think big advantages coming into the open and just haven't come close to converting. This feels really good to me. Plus on. Okay, plus is on. Alright. So he can set up 8. He can set up 8. Alright, maybe he calculated this and I didn't. He can't set up both 6 and 8, but he can set up 8. So if I combo in 4, and he goes 1, 4, 2, 3, and 9. How does that work out? Annoyingly, any card I stick in 8 at that point to block, he has the plus. We can also just take it, but I think taking it has the problem of Festa to call in 4. I think he just goes 6, and I can't actually cover him. If I go in either of 7 or 9, he plays in the other of 7 or 9, and my last card's kind of just dead. Doesn't flip anything. Doesn't even flip 5. Huh. And I can't set it up so I combo back after he has 8. I don't have the combo back. Can I go 8? No, I don't think that does anything. Ah, damn it, Deli. I feel like there should be a win here because my cards are so much better than his, but I'm having a lot of trouble. I don't think I win if I walk into the combo. I should count that out, though. 2, 1, 2, 6, 4. I flip 3 cards. I go up 7, 3. He goes 9. I block 6. Say I don't flip 7. 9. He goes 8. He flips everything. Yeah, that's just... So 7, 3. He goes 9. I go 8. He has the combo in 7. I hate E. God, what a... I can do some attempts at a setup, but I don't think they're very good. Do not believe in them. Huh. 3, 5, 2, 1 is my best idea. Damn, Philly's too good. Just can't give him anything. No, I think he's done it. I think he's done it. I feel like I must be missing something because this position seems so promising. 8, 7, 9. I don't see it. I don't see it. I really don't want to use Faceted Colin up because it's my best up. My only up. My only up. Didn't talk this out because I was low on time, but my idea is that Cockatrice now covers 4, and if Cockatrice lands in 4, that's really good for me. Because I wanted to make it so he can't block 4 so comfortably. And Faceted Colin is actually my card for 6 and 9 here. I think I might have found a win. Now looking at it, his up-down make the T just really difficult for him. I think this was a miracle last second win, but I think that was a pretty brilliant attempt by Deli to try to tie. I calculated it to move shallow, and he calculated it better. And then I happened to have another way to luck into that. I think this is a win. Because essentially I think I'm going +1 on both parts of the board. Right? Because anytime he goes 7, Cockatrice and 4 gets him. And anytime he goes 4, Cockatrice at least gets 1 card. And on the right side, in 6, fasted a call-in, can take everything but 1, 4, 2, 3. Oh, is 1, 4, 2, 3, and 6 attack? That might be a tie. No, but I can take the combo. No, but then he has the combo back. I can't Rock Tree. Yeah. 1, 4, 2, 3, 6, right? Because that's the one way Festida Colin isn't guaranteed a plus. Alright, we're now sending him messages lying about where the tie is. He also sees it. But neither of us have said what it is, so maybe he sees something wrong. But 3, 5, 2, 1 almost sweeps up the right, but can only go even against 1, 4, 2, 3, and 6. And then 2, 1, 2, 6 does get a plus on the left, but it is not enough to win. I could also take the combo. No, they can't do. Sorry, not 2, 3, 1, 3. It's 1, 4, 2, 3. Yeah, because he has to keep 2, 3, 1, 3. Also, he needs a 2 down. But if I play 2, 1, 2, 6, and 4, yeah. Oh, here's a different way. Does this work? Yeah, this move order still works. I don't have 6. Yeah, and this order makes a lot more sense because it doesn't give me combos. Yeah, so there were a couple ways to tie. Huh. Thought it was close for a sec there, but not so close after all. Damn it, Deli. Too good. Well, that's another failure to convert. After doing so well on the closed. I open. That was the move order here. 3, 5, 2, 1. God damn it. 8, 4, 7, 6, 9. Sorry, just chatting at Deli for a sec. We'll be back. Yeah, weird. We'll ask if we can continue. Alright, very nice game from Deli. I mean, what we're really seeing here is a showcase of Deli holding me off in open despite me having better hands. And I think me doing a nice job in closed, and I think playing what should be good enough to win the open, given these hands, but not getting there. Alright, we're gonna pause the video and wait for him to come back. He's gonna have a quick cigarette break. Alright, he's not back, but I have an idea. We're gonna just give him good cards. We're gonna try to crush him on the close. We're just gonna try to kill him on the close. And he's using things like 3, 5, 2, 1s. and, you know, cards like that. What are those worsted taken? Well, they do have play against everything. He had no play against tens, or very little play against tens. But fives. 5/6s. That seems like... Things with fives seem like they could just sweep. So we're going to play a hand with just a lot of fives in it, and we're just going to try to crush them on the close, and then we're going to try to survive just enough in the open. We've got to go decisive. Gotta get a result before I just forget every card I've selected on the way. I really thought giving him a hand that horrendous had a chance to be decisive, but apparently it wasn't enough. All right, now we're gonna pause, and we'll come back once he's taken our game. And I should really just split this into 2 videos, shouldn't I? Especially if I'm low on video counts. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Back soon.